I am GHYN, and here are 20 tips for Anvil Tier 2. Number 1. Side bosses. If you complete boss 1, 2, and 3 on Tier 2, you will have locks for side bosses in the raid. This also works if you complete the whole thing. Just remember to get quests in the beginning, and you can farm side bosses on as many tunes as you want. The first side boss is the Ravenous Ice Beast. The second side boss is the Frigid Ice Grim. So what you'll do, you'll open the raid with the tune that has completed it. You run through the boss 1 arena, run into boss 2. When you reach this, and you'll have no ads in this area, other people can join, you can go kill the side boss. The Ice Beast will either be here, here, or here. So you just check these 3 locations. The Ice Beast is pretty easy, you just kill him wherever. The Ice Grim is a bit trickier, does a bit more damage. So a good strategy is just to pull it back. The tank runs over here to pull it back, all the way here, the middle here. And when the Ice Grim follows and stops around here, DPS and everyone else can move forward. Any side boss is a guaranteed shard dropper, so every person in the raid will get a Dwargleam shard. There's also a chance for everyone to get a rhyme. Number 2. Elder Drake Blue Eyes. While you're killing the trash mobs in Anvil, sometimes you're gonna meet some Elder Frost Drakes. These drakes will randomly put blue eyes on people. They're gonna turn around, look at you, you'll have the blue eye, and then after about 5 seconds, it's gonna do the frontal breath on you. So if you stand in a group with this blue eye, you're probably gonna kill at least the squishies in your group. If you get the blue eye, the idea is to move out of the group, take the hit, and then move back and keep doing what you're doing. Let's look at an example. I have an example in this clip. This Drake is going to turn around. Someone has the blue eye. As you can see, it's the hunter. Blue eye. The hunter needs to react, moves out of the group. Drake is going to do the frost breath. You can see here on the left that the hunter is going to take a hit. You can see the hunter took a big hit. So moving out of the group is required. Number 3. Cold Worm Random Attack. Another trash mob you'll encounter in this raid is the Cold Worm. It's a worm type enemy. And the thing about this is that even if the tank has aggro, the worm is sometimes just gonna do a random attack, start charging for someone. Most likely they're gonna one-shot them. This can be countered by any kind of CC, a stun, CJ, anything. And you can save fellowship members. This is an example of the random attack. Tank has aggro, but the worm just ignores it. We're too slow to CC, and the person dies. Number 4. Root yourself on belly flops. When boss 1 does the belly flop, it's actually possible to root yourself to the ground for most classes. For example, Lore Master can use Frost Lore. Arcades can use Scribe a New Ending or DNF. Hunters can just keep spamming Quickshot. Sometimes you won't get punted. Show an example on boss 1. I don't actually manage to do it. You can see me hitting Scribe a New Ending. But I was just too late. If I did it like 2 seconds earlier, I would have been rooted right here. I wouldn't have to move back. I could just keep doing what I do. Number 5. Kiting the purple eye. A good tip for any player. If boss 1 turns around, looks at someone and screams, as seen as this clip, the person she's looking at is gonna get the purple eye. For 45 seconds, the boss is gonna chase you. If you kite the purple eye perfectly, that's 45 seconds of no belly flops, no new ads. Another thing you want to do is you want to kite in a circle close to the DPS so they can keep DPSing while the purple eye is on. A good example can be shown in this clip. Purple eye is out. Person realizes, starts kiting backwards first. Start skying in a circle. In range of DPS, we don't have to move. Keep DPSing the boss. This is a really good example of how it should be done. Number 6. Positioning on belly flops. The boss is about to do the belly flop. Preferably you want as many people as possible to be on the same side, so you get punted the same way with the healers. A good tip for any tanking the boss is to tank it like sideways, stand on the side. When you see the flop happening, if you're tanking right here, you can just move this way, stay out of the circle so you don't get one shot. Move this way, you get punted with the group. The boss will move towards you, DPS can start earlier, just better in general. Another tip is if you have the ice on this side, if you're unlucky and have it on this side as well, try to position yourself in the middle so you get punted this way. If you're standing here and there's ice here, you're going to get punted into the ice. Not a good situation. Number 7. Pull the ice drake. When your main tank is pulling all the adds that spawn on boss 1, it's a good idea to have the person tanking the main boss to pull the ice drake out of his group. This way the main tank won't get the frost mitigation debuff and the adds will be a lot easier to survive. Number 8. Bring Sunder to the group. If you're the Cappy tank, tanking only the Sunder on boss 2, you should set up a timer for 40 seconds and bring the Sunder into the group for some extra AoE, and then bring him out when he does a smash. As you can see here, I wait for the smash, set up my timer, 40-second timer, I move into the group, Sunder comes into the group, gets some AoE damage, and you save some time this way. I wait for the timer to reach about 30 seconds, bring him out, he will do the smash, I run into the group, rinse and repeat. You can save some valuable time this way. Number 9. Ingor's debuff. Whoever's tanking Ingor the Cruel on boss 2 will keep getting a stacking debuff, which decreases your incoming healing. Tiers up to tier 10, which is 100%. If you still keep him then, you'll get one shot. So most of the time you want to have a second tank. Pull Ingor out of the group when your debuff reaches 6, 7, 8. As you can see in this clip, the Guardian knows that his debuff is getting too high, so he tells me to pull him out. I pull Ingor and I tank him until the Guardian loses his debuff. He can pull it back. See the debuff being put on me here. Number 10. Blue and Purple Eyes. On the third boss, a good strat is to stay grouped together for the blue eye, so you have a clear space to run if you get the blue eye. See an example here. Group is stacking on the right side, blue eye is out, left side is clear. Person can just move to the left, take the hit, move back into the group. Same thing goes for the purple eye. The group will be on one side. For phase 2, purple eyes shouldn't be a thing because no one should be near the man. On phase 1, someone in melee range is gonna get the purple eye. Same thing applies here. If you get purple eye, you just move to the left. Another tip, if you just move away from the dragon, you're not gonna take any damage. You can see the purple eye is out, person moves to the left, takes a hit. The purple eye is not a big a deal. You don't take too much damage. But you still want to move out of the group. Number 11. Put Ritz on Karazgar. On phase 2, you're an RK. Put Rate of Fire and Distracting Flame on Karazgar for that extra little bit of damage. Number 12. Do anthems while facing. After your DPS, you lose Icicle in the roof, you'll be out of combat for around 40 seconds. In this downtime, minis should do anthems again. And RKs can do CNR if they want to, like I'm doing in this clip. So you have about 40 seconds before you get into combat. It's enough time for minis to switch back. And RKs, if you switch immediately, when you get out of combat. You'll wait for your straight line to back up, and you wait like 1 second after it's back to CNR, then switch back, and you have CNR for phase 2. Number 13, tank positioning. On phase 2 you have 2 bosses. On boss 3, this is an overhead view of the arena. This is where the boss starts, and you stand on the right side on phase 1. Phase 2, the best way I've found is having 1 tank. Tank number 1, just stand in this original position, use this area. The group be in the middle of the room. And you have your second tank, use this corner. And if you get too many puddles, you can move to this corner over here. This tank should have plenty of space, using this entire area. The main reason behind this, on tier 2, is that sometimes tank number 2 might get the blue eye. So in this case, the dragon will be here. Tank will get blue eye here. Dragon will do the frontal this way. Instead, if you had the tank here, and the dragon turns around to do the blue eye, the group is trying to see who has the blue eye, and it's on the tank. It's kind of hard to spot. You get blasted like this, and the group would die. So having the tanks in line of sight along this side, or this side, is probably the best way to go. Number 14. Move left with the blue eye. Blue eye, you should always go left with it, like in this example. The reasoning is simple. Sometimes after doing the ice breath and the blue eye, the dragon will stay stuck and do a tail whip. If you're on the right side of the dragon, take a lot of damage from the tail whip, but if you're on the left side, you don't get hit by the tail whip. So if you move left every time, the dragon is going to face the group with this left side, so no one takes damage. Blue eyes always move left. Number 15. Hiding from 0 with speed. When the boss does its big stun, and it's about to do absolute 0, you need to hide behind the ice walls, so popping make haste, any run speed buffs you have, it's a good idea at this point. Maximize your success on hiding. Number 16. Blue eye after 0. Every time the boss does his absolute 0 attack after you're hiding behind the ice walls, the person is always going to have the blue eye. It's important to keep that in mind. Every time after 0, blue eye needs to move fast to a good position. You can see someone has the blue eye after 0. This happens every 0, no exceptions. Number 17. Don't move on cracking ice. After you're doing enough DPS to face the boss, everybody's gonna move to the south platform, ready to run. It's important to remember that you don't move until the ice cracks. At this point you keep perfectly still until you see the ice cracking, and only then you can move forward. So now the ice is gonna crack, and you can see people moving forward. If you move before it cracks, you're gonna die to fall damage. Number 18. Jump in the water. Quick basic tip. Everyone who plays Lotro should already know this, but if you jump while moving in water, you actually move faster. But this little part here, you should always jump to gain a little bit of extra time. Number 19. CC the ads. While you're doing the run up to the Grims at the final part of the raid, it's going to be a couple of ads along the way. It's going to be a good idea to try to CC as much as possible. These first whelplings can be Herblord by an Elam, Starling Twist by a Berg. It's a lot of things you can do to just slow down the ads a bit. You come across this first Ice Drake. It might be a good idea to just do a CJ on it. Gain a little bit of time there. And number 20. You don't have to run all the way. If you have a yellow Cappy in your group, it might be a good idea to make him go last stand at the last second. As shown in this clip. The Cappy is in last stand, the dragon catches up to us. Kill the Grim just in time. Captain is able to run a little bit further. Then he gets killed by the ads. Last stand wore out. As you can see, that's far enough. We got the sled. Boss fight completed. Everything's good. That's the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. I hope it helped. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.